What I think about abortion, final thoughts. Recently, a friend of mine accidentally got pregnant. Now, in terms of protection, she was doing all of the right things, but it was one of those statistical anomalies, and she wasn't ready to have the baby. Was the solution for her to alter the course of her life so she could adhere to some philosophical conflict raging online between nihilism and existentialism? No, that's absurd. She did what any reasonable person would do and made the choice to continue living a normal life. This was an emotionally and physically excruciating choice, and one she will not be making again because she views abortion as easy birth control. Because this process breaks you down to your very core. And while you could make the argument that when you have sex, you inherently play with fire, people deserve second chances when unexpected mistakes happen, especially when they weren't being unsafe in the first place. Long and short of it, early abortions need to be available to women. And a big shout out to Her Royal Highness, the Princess Mother of Thailand. You making Thailand the only Southeast Asian country to offer abortions available to non-residents is an absolute godsend for women all over the world.
No. Another L for anti-profit. Because this was a terrible take. A terrible take. First of all, you started off immediately on the wrong foot. She took all the precautions. Oh, really? So she never slept with a guy. Never slept with a guy. That's step one. Step two is never putting yourself in a position where you would ever get in a spot that a guy would be trying to sleep with you or rape you. And then your next big of a point was saying that because she chose to live a normal life, please. So because you don't want a child, that means you're living a normal life. So do people who have children, they're not living normal lives at all? They're not living normal lives. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, anti-profit? Normally I agree with a lot of things you say, but this one just made me mad. Like, genuinely mad, because your points made absolutely zero sense. Please, next time, anti-profit, take more time to think. And I know you're saying final thoughts because you don't want to hear any rebuttal, because you know your argument's weak, but please think about it more next time. Because this is ridiculous. She did not take all the precautions she could, because if she did, she would never sleep with a guy. And also, living a childless life is not living a normal life. What do you even mean by that point? That didn't make any sense. I don't care who you are. The only gray area, like I've said before, is if a woman was RAP3'd. That's the only gray area with abortion. Otherwise, there's absolutely zero excuse why you should be able to choose to end somebody's life because you were careless and irresponsible. If you don't want to take care of the child, that's fine. But you are still responsible of at least birthing the child because you put yourself in that position. Regardless of whether you used condoms and all of that, you still put yourself in that position. You knew the risk and you took it. So I don't want to hear any more lousy excuses about why somebody should have an abortion.